So if you thought we're just going to talk to the big guys, yet think again. We've got some backline players to add something more, a little bit more spice to these chats while we continue to follow the bounce. And up next is a man who's quickly found his feet since moving to Loftus Versfeld, Chris Smith. Christopher William Smith, is it?
Yeah, Christopher William Smith. Got my middle name from my mom's father, Billy. But yeah, probably the most English name, and yeah, probably hence why the guys call me Soti.
Yeah, so I mean, kyk Soti, was ook by Sax. So I suppose it just comes with the territory.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so another thing to back it up, Sax, oldest and the proudest school in the country. But yeah, ended up going up probably I went to Marty's, then Pumas, at the Bulls, but still remaining very English.
Yeah, it seems to follow you around. Wonderful transition stories here because you've moved from literally the opposite side of the country, up north, and not necessarily to here first. You mentioned the Pumas. That part of your journey must have been interesting and a lot of learning for you.
Yeah, no, definitely. Very, very grateful for that opportunity. From Marty's, they were sort of the only team that was interested in me. And yeah, I went there, spent 2 seasons there, loved it there, incredible people, incredible coaching staff, and yeah, we really worked hard there, and yeah, but obviously I'm blessed to be at the Bulls now.
Yeah, it's so wonderful to look at South African rugby now as opposed to 10 or more years ago where there's options, so you can play Varsity Cup, and even if it doesn't happen for you immediately, bide your time and the opportunities will come. It must have been a massive lesson for you just as a rugby player.
No, but yeah, exactly that. I mean, yeah, I unfortunately didn't get to play Craven Recall Academy. So yeah, I went the varsity route, played for Marty's in the Varsity Cup. Yeah, I think I was there 4 or 5 years. So yeah, I took my time and then eventually got the opportunity. And yeah, I only ended up playing professional rugby at, I think, 23, 24.
And you also ended up under the tutelage of a man who also spent some time coaching here in Jimmy Stonehouse. That must have been key to find out how he operates, different environment, different town, different people, different team.
No, 100%, yeah. And yeah, Coach Jimmy, obviously, he's, you know, we worked really hard under him. He really believes in work hard. Yeah, I was very blessed to come for us to cross paths and work with him. You know, very, very good coach.
And then you come to the Bulls and there's a World Cup winning coach at the head of it all with somebody like Gert Smal as well in the background. I spoke to Russell Winter earlier. It must be wonderful to be able to pick on the brains of some of these people who've achieved so much in the game.
Yeah, and I think that's what probably Coach Jake did really well, is he obviously brought a good crop of players, but you know, even better crop of coaching staff. So he's got very good coaching staff that works under him and with him. So we're very blessed here at the Bulls to have a coaching staff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure for your mental game as particularly a fly half, it's important to be talking to people who've been there, done that. I remember that kick that you hoyed. It was a season ago. Yeah, I still can't forget it. I'm sure it's still in the back of your mind as well.
No, I think I probably dream about it every day. It's definitely the highest point in my career. Sending that drop kick over was very special for me and a massive highlight. Very blessed to be able to be put in a position like that and to obviously put it over. Yeah.
Yeah, and to do it at Loftus Versfeld, I mean, it's one of the hallowed grounds of South African rugby. And you happen to be in the presence of the likes of a Morne, for instance, who's about to call it an end to his career, at least at the end of the season. But it must be great to be hanging around those guys as well, the Bismarck Du Plessis of the world, the guys who've been there fairly recently.
No, 100%, and I think you know the smart thing to do is to tap into their knowledge and to learn from them. Obviously, me and Morne have come now since he arrived here in 2020, so we've built a very, very special relationship. Love him to bits. He's been a great mentor for me. It's going to be quite a sad day when he does hang up the boots. But I'm trying to tap into his knowledge and get as much out of him as possible before he does hang up the boots.
Smart thing to do. Let's talk about that. You just got engaged.
I mean, some say smart, some say not smart. You know what I mean?
Don't say that. Don't say the camera's here. We want you here with the Bulls next season and alive. But that must be special.
Yeah, no, extremely special. Yeah, for me, my fiance. So we had to say that it happened last Thursday. Very, very special. Incredible girl. She's an absolute legend. Very blessed and very, very exciting times ahead.
Yeah, it must be a massive life moment, almost like when you got the contract for the Bulls. Now you realize that every decision you take has to be done with someone else in mind.
No, definitely. I think this this achievement outweighs all my rugby achievements. Very grateful for her. Awesome girl. And yeah, really looking forward to the times ahead.
How important is family support, especially when you have the job that you have? You travel a lot, injuries occur, poor form sometimes. There's a ton of challenges that rugby players have to overcome on an ongoing basis. It's not just a once-off. How important is it who you surround yourself with?
Yeah, so I think, support structure is extremely important. Like you say, the highs are probably extremely high, and it's nice for them to enjoy those with you. But then obviously you get the lows of this career, and those lows can be sometimes very low. And obviously that's when you want to get home and you don't want to talk about rugby at all, or maybe you do want to talk, and obviously they're there to listen all the time and obviously support you through thick and thin. Support structure in this game is extremely important. Yeah.
I love that you said that, because I know in my life I run into people and they want to talk about what I do.
Yeah.
I'm sure when people run into you, they want to talk about rugby. What do you do to unplug? How do you unwind? How do you step off the field, figuratively?
Yeah, so obviously I'm a massive sports fan. We play a lot of golf. I think that's probably my way of unwinding. Maybe going away for the weekend, spending time with my fiance.
You're gonna have to get used to it now. Yeah. And don't forget.
I think probably family time and spending time together, and then obviously spending a lot of time on the golf course.
Kindertjies in die toekoms, miskien, maybe?
No.
Is it too soon?
We're still planning a wedding.
Too soon to ask?
We'll cross that bridge when it comes, but that's probably too soon to ask. We're gonna enjoy our engagement.
She's going to thank me for asking.
Enjoy the first couple of years of marriage, and then we'll address that.
Quite a tournament you guys find yourself in. A couple of years ago, we were all super rugbying, waking up at 4 a.m. to watch matches in New Zealand. This is different. URC is completely different. It's Europe. The conditions are unlike what we've seen as South African fans. How big's that change been for you from a playing perspective?
Yeah, no, massive. But obviously very exciting playing in this new tournament in the Northern Hemisphere. Really enjoying it. But I find, now that we're in the second season of the URC, games are a lot closer. We've felt each other out in the first season, and now we sort of know what to expect when playing against them, and they probably know what to expect against playing against us. Definitely been a more challenging second season. But so great to be part of a tournament like this, and obviously it's opened the door to play in the Heineken Cup, which has also been an awesome experience.
I remember how tough the results were at the beginning of last season, and it just looked like the local teams, the SA teams, were struggling to get going. How important was it to first play those conditions, to play on those 4G pitches, to play in the European winter, come back and the next weekend you're in 30 degrees in South African summer? Felt to me like there was a lot of adapting taking place.
No, for sure. And it obviously shows the importance of winning your home games. And obviously if you can get an away win, then you're doing quite all right. But that first part of last season was very challenging. And obviously it was new territory for us, playing in those conditions, freezing cold. I remember we played at Connacht. The wind and the rain was coming in lateral. So that was extremely challenging.
That's Ireland. It rains every 5 minutes.
No, but exactly, But the nice thing is they had to come to us and play in 35-degree heat at Loftus at 2 o'clock. Yeah, very cool to experience those conditions. But I think now that you're playing in both conditions, you can better your game, and I think it's benefiting South African rugby.
Chris, you certainly are winning your home games. The man is engaged. Congratulations for that. Good luck for the remainder of the season, and from strength to strength, we hope you go, brother.
Cheers, Xola. Thanks, appreciate it.
Just like in the game of rugby, you too can get better at playing the bounce in life with the help of Change Science. So head on over to the Change Exchange and learn how to play the bounce in life.